Welcome back to another Wednesday Whiskey Review from your boys at the Buffalo Happy Hour. Today, we are doing a Wednesday Whiskey Review from our friends over at Buffalo Distilling, their 1 Foot Cock. If you want to know the story behind this, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. No, you can go head over to their interview that we've done with them. We've done 2 of them so far where they discuss the story behind the 1 Foot Cock. And it's a cool story, cool Buffalo distillery. And we're excited to try this. This is their Irish whiskey, which we'll talk about because there's some things going on with this little Irish whiskey that we'll hit on eventually. But before we get that far, where can you find the Buffalo Distilling products, Michael?
Addie's. Transit Road, Williamsville. In-house wine sommeliers, knowledgeable staff. They can ship right to your door. They got an app on the Google app, the Google Playground Play Store, the Apple App Store. I don't know, wherever you find apps, just search Addie's Fine Wine and Spirits, and it'll pop up. Should be a white rectangle or a square with some purple grapes in there. It's kind of cool. And they have all their pricing. They have all their inventory availability, things like that. Derek's pulling it up right meow. And what's nice is that you can then, again, ship it right to your door. So, Addie's, thank you so much for the continued partnership / sponsorship, as well as your logo. But
we appreciate you.
We appreciate you. So, for Buffalo Distilling's Irish whiskey.
Yeah, before we dive into that, let's just at least touch on the good parts of this, okay?
The label's sick.
The label's sick. It's a really cool color. Obviously, it's an Irish whiskey, they say, so they released it in Buffalo around St. Patrick's Day.
Illegal.
And it went to a good cause. So this was distilled and matured on the south coast of Ireland. This exceptional single malt whiskey is dedicated to the memory of Bob Pops Galvin, a lifelong Buffalo firefighter and Irish family man. May you live as long as you want and never want as long as you live. It's a very good story. Obviously, Bob Galvin is no longer with us, and it's cool that they donated, I believe, a portion of these sales. I should probably confirm that before I say that, to the Bob Galvin family or something along those lines. Really cool story. But now to kind of get to the more critical aspects of this, it's not Irish whiskey, guys. I don't really know how they did it, but it's not Irish whiskey. So I'm not sure how they say Irish whiskey right here in the band. I just don't get it.
Yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions regarding TTB, the legalities behind actual Irish whiskey, and I don't know. And I mean, guys, if you're watching this, like, it's tough, right? And I think if someone from a different country said we made bourbon, we would probably go to war with them. I mean, we've gone to war for less, right? Like, I don't know. I think that it's a very, very tough gray area, fine line, however you want to word it. We're not here to, to really hammer that.
The thing with
it just sucks, like, because it's not Irish whiskey.
Yeah, the thing that bothers me the most is that you could have done it. You could have labeled it so many other ways. Like, take 3 Court, for example. When they had their bourbon aged in sherry casks, you can't legally call that bourbon because it had a different cask in it. But what they did was they said Kentucky bourbon aged in sherry casks. So they were able to put that little verbiage there to say, yeah, it's not bourbon, but it's Kentucky bourbon, and then we aged it. They could have done Buffalo Irish whiskey. They could have trademarked their own thing, Buffalo Irish whiskey. They could have said Irish whiskey made in Buffalo or something along those lines. But they went so hard into this is Irish whiskey. And the reason that that's a problem is going back to the start of Irish whiskey, you have to age Irish whiskey in Ireland, and it has to be bottled in Ireland too. What they did there is they brought it unbottled to the U.S. to age it in the wine barrels in the U.S., which, according to Irish law, is not considered Irish whiskey anymore. So I just don't understand why they did that, because there could have been so many other ways that they could have passed through without getting themselves in a lot of like blowback. Twitter was going crazy when this thing released because so many people were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I just don't understand. But I mean, we haven't tried it yet, so.
We have no clue what this tastes like. Zero idea. Well, I don't even know what it smells like. Never even physically held a bottle until this second. So it's kind of cool from our standpoint, right? Like,
gonna grab your water
to have this. But I don't know. This is probably a hot topic review.
Yeah.
Or whatever, social medias or whatever.
So label branding, I'm actually probably going to go. I like the label. That's the problem. But I can't.
And I
get past
love the cause, dude.
Yeah, but I can't get past that name. So I'm going to go B- on the label just because they call themselves Irish whiskey when they're technically not.
fine. Yeah, I agree.
I don't like it. I agree.
It's
but
such a
that's
good
what we have
cause,
to do.
too.
And that label's sick. All right. Nose.
Real cork?
No, fake. I don't even know if this is for sale anymore, guys. So if you're trying
really?
to find this, yeah, I think it was just a limited release. I'm not sure, though. Try to find it. I don't think it's sold in liquor stores. I think it's only available from the Buffalo Distilling actual brick and mortar. So I will say it has a nice, like, reddish tint to the gold whiskey. This is aged in a port cask, right? Yeah, port cask finish. And it does have that little bit of red kind of rosé tint to it, which I do. It looks like a very pretty whiskey. It's got some legs, bro. Speaking of pretty. All right.
Dude, it smells like sawdust.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
It smells like the lumber section of Home Depot. And I'll be the first to say I'm not against that smell. It smells like a lumber yard. It smells like 84 lumber.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I can't get out of that.
I'm not smelling any of that port either. This is a very, very fresh, unmalted barley smell, like you're in that field.
I'm
And you're just sniff-sniffs.
I'm surrounded by the bags of grain in a closed room,
Yeah.
like inside the distillery. That's what this smells like, with sawdust and
A little
wood.
honey, I guess, if you're trying to really dig hard for it, but yeah, I mean, it's nothing. I don't know. What are your thoughts? B?
Yeah,
Like, it's solid, but it's like grainy.
you're right.
So, all right, initial taste.
All right, so B. Butter.
That second wind, though, it's kind of weird, wasn't it?
Yeah. I want to take like
kinda
a large initial taste swig again.
Kind of got like a little skunkiness to it. This was a brand new bottle, too.
I don't know if it was skunk. It just was straight up butter.
No, for me, it kind of got like a little skunky, sour taste.
Really?
Like, that first is all butter. And then it kind of settles and gets this, like, super, like, vegetative fungus, like, mossy note that I'm not. I don't think it's bad. I just was not expecting that at all because it was so butter and smooth and sweet to start. And then it just kind of hit you with this, like, fungus grown moss in the middle of a bog in Scotland.
Maybe that's influenced from transport.
Or maybe it's from the distillery. They didn't. I don't think they specified what distillery they got it from. They just said in County Cork, which is a massive county in like the southwestern part of Ireland, like the southern southwestern part of Ireland. Massive county. I'm not sure where they got this from. I'm not against that initial taste. I kind of like it, but
Probably.
it very shook. It like shook me when I tasted it because I did not expect to get that note.
You think it rains there?
Probably.
For those that haven't seen our Buffalo Happy Hour Goes to Ireland YouTube videos, you should watch those because it literally rained the entire time we were in Ireland.
It tastes very young again. It tastes very fresh. I'm not against it. I'm gonna go B again for me.
I'm at a C plus.
Yeah.
It's so butter heavy up front. It literally tastes like I'm at a movie theater and I like finished my large bucket of popcorn and then I'm like, I'm going to try to get diabetes. I'm now going to like lick my fingers for the butter. That's how much butter was on the initial
Yeah.
taste for me. Like just an absurd amount of butter.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree. It is very butter forward. I'm getting a little bit more of that fresh vegetative taste to it. That just kind of is,
and that's the
very
back.
mossy.
It is because it's the back end of the initial taste, and then it's all of the ending note, and then it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So you're left with butter and then moss. Like there's no intricacies or levels to this. Like it's just butter and then moss. I don't know. It's very different.
Yeah, so I'm going B because I like that how quickly that switch for me at least happened between the butter and the moss. So I'm gonna go B for that. So you're gonna go C plus, so B minus.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right, ending note.
We just hammered it. I mean, I'm gonna for a rating standpoint, I'll probably go.
Honestly, for the rating, for me, I'm going C.
Yeah,
I'm not
agree.
It doesn't linger. For me.
No, it just ends.
Yeah, it just is gone. I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Would you have this in your collection?
I believe I paid $52 for it. 52 or 57. I don't know. My boss bought it because he was there, and then I just paid him after. I would get it to support the cause, and I would get it to support the boys over at Buffalo Distilling.
Same. I don't think I'd open my bottle.
No, I don't think I would open mine either. If this came from a different distillery, I don't know if I would buy it for that price. But let us know if you've had this. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This comes in at a solid 86 proof. Maybe they should have proofed it up a little bit more to like a 94 or something. I don't know. But if you did enjoy today's review and you did try some other whiskey today while we were doing this.
On final rating.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I kind of skipped her.
Yeah, final rating.
Oh, boy.
Give me that countdown.
Probably a reason why I skipped. 3, 2, 1.
82. 81.
We've been kind of on point today. I kind of like this.
I know.
All right.
I know.
Yeah.
81 for the final
There you
rating.
go.
You have it in your collection, so you would get it for your collection. I would as well to support Buffalo Distilling. I like Buffalo Distilling, and I also love this cause. So I mean, that's just the nature of the beast.
I will say, if you're going to try Buffalo Distilling for the first time, don't go to this bottle because their rye, I think, is a better indication of what they sell.
Agreed.
So
And their Krupnik is great.
Yeah.
So.
All right, thank you everybody for joining. Now I can actually close this out correctly. Please remember to always drink responsibly. Be a good person. And Michael,
Do not litter.
we're out.